back again. So, opportunity to do some filming. And we'll just go out this way. As you can see the scale here, a couple of people there, not huge people, but dwarfed by the structures and the columns and stuff. And look way up to the top here. So this is all roofed and ceilinged, and you can see some decorative pieces from back then. A lot of the stone is marble. The more formal and decorative areas, like the stone over there, it looks like marble. All right, going down the stairs. Right. There's the Temple of Athena Nike with some carvings up there. Okay. You can see how steeply it drops. It's a tour groups where they're starting, so unfortunately we're leaving before it gets too crazy up here, and then you really lose a chance to see this in a more tranquil and less crowded way. Going down the steps, massive column there. You can see the nice stonework. All this was done with by hand, and back then, I don't know, copper tools that maybe they had some iron, but I don't know. This is Athens again. Let's see the high spot. There's the agora below. Very interesting. I've already got film of that, so I won't have to do that. Okay, coming down. There's the exit right there, I believe. And we'll just take a look at this massive wall here. Up and up it goes. Both right on top of the rocks. Okay, we're gonna be leaving. There's like a side entrance. Interesting in its own right. Okay, you can see the tour groups are starting now. It's around 9, so we got here at a little after 8, and it was pretty quiet and less people, and now it's just going to get busier and busier. Okay.
By the weight and no more than
exactly. No water or anything like that. That is very, very correct. That's
Moving on, crowds are starting to really pick up, and everybody's just, not paying attention to anybody else. They want photos, they're walking in front of you, they're doing all kinds of weird things. Going down to the south slope, away from the top. Here's the ancient amphitheater. A lot of it's been restored. It's the seating. walls, the stage, and the performance area. And move on. You can see the walls there. Just must have been a monumental task doing this. Because even just the cliffs and rocks weren't going to keep out invaders. So they added an extra layer of protection with the wall. Nice cool area with olive trees. Some more rocks. Just lying on the ground. Okay. There's another site to the left. It was the bronze foundry, so they were making bronze tools back in those days. Probably carve everything. Bronze foundries. So there's a covered area here. You probably can't see a whole lot through it. It's kind of dirty and hazy. So, and again, the walls swing over to see the temple of Athena Nike, or I believe it's temple to the victory of Athena, or Athens. Okay, I'm gonna swing around. Come way down in height. And some other type of temple here at one time. A little bit of inscription there. Walk around. A lot more quieter here. No one around. And another little sacred area. Temple of Themis. And over there, it's all fenced off or roped off, is the archaic fountain. So there must have been some type of water feature over there. It says Byzantine cistern, so the Byzantine period was way after the Golden Age of Greece. But a lot of this was still intact. And it just was until, fairly modern times that stuff was looted, taken apart. It was the Ottomans, the Venetians. Alright, we'll just keep walking. Some more walls here to hold up the slopes. Alright, another temple area just below the walls. Okay, the site of the Propylon. Swing around, there's another feature to the right. The Peripatos. No idea what that is. And I've looked at guidebooks several times and sort of try to remember what's here. I just didn't bring the book, but there's enough signage to help. We'll go up and look at the temple here. Temple of Asclepius, which was the god of medicine. And you can see the tops of the columns here. These were Corinthian style, which is the third feature of Greek architecture. It was Doric first, Ionic second, and this one. This is probably put together with what was here, and they just added some newer things. Some inscription at the bottom. Also says site of the Roman Stoa. And the Romans were here after Greece fell. Romans admired the Greek culture and civilization and wanted to restore Athens to its former glory, and they basically just copied everything the Greeks did and renamed it. You know, the buildings, the gods. Okay. Alright, we're moving on. Climbing some more stairs. I mean, some of the steps here are original, others have been put in place to make it easier for modern people to walk around. Alright, there's another feature. More restoration work. There's that little sacred temple there. It was built into the stone. There's the theater to Dionysus. And we'll just go up here. More stuff just lying on the ground. See the walls and the buttresses to hold everything in place. A couple of columns still standing there. Well, I guess they're trying to restore as much as possible the entrance to the temple. Looking at the corner wall there. Okay, we'll move on. Right, sort of dead ends over there. I suppose you can walk around, but they may not like it, so we'll just continue. Some steps here. Well, I'm gonna go down to see if they yell at me. Going down to the theater. That's much more original than the other one that's being used still today. It's a small theater. And Dionysus was the god of wine and partying, so they must have had some wild times here. We'll just wander around, walking where ancients walked. Really old original steps, it looks like. Some new pieces, some old pieces. See the seating. I don't know how comfortable it was back then, but nevertheless, place to sit, watch shows, concerts, plays. Let's pan around a bit. So there was the theater. We had mountains and hills in the background, so it must have been quite a night out. Some inscriptions there. I don't know if it's like row 10, seat 6 type of thing, or maybe it was reserved for special wealthy people. But there it is. Starting to warm up, and I could feel getting a little sweaty. There's some really fancy seats here. This must have been for the high-class folks. A little wall to separate the performers from the audience in case the audience gets riled up and starts throwing stuff. And there's a back wall there with figures. Interesting. And just amazing the stuff is still here. You know, relatively intact. Certainly not as it was in its original state, but here it is nevertheless. And there's the Acropolis walls in the background. Go down here. Okay, we'll take a little peek at the stage. You know how much of it is original, I don't know. It could be a decent amount. Pan around a bit. More walls and stones and columns. You can get to the Acropolis from this side too also. But you have to walk way around the other side to do so. Okay. More stuff everywhere. More pieces of whatever. Alright, sort of pause for a second. Alright, pick up a little bit. There's two lovely Greek women who work here. Keeping an eye on tourists, making sure they don't go where they're supposed to or pick up stuff and walk off with it. Alright, the statue here. So you had famous Greeks performing here. And more pieces of who knows what again. Walls. So these are all retaining walls. This doesn't look overly original, but the back stones do look original. More stuff there. We'll be leaving the site in a minute and onto the pedestrian walkway around the back side of the Acropolis. So, here's a cute kitty. Hey kitty. Another stone with inscriptions on it. More stuff. There's a little church in the background there. Alright. This may be it, but you never know. There's some more retaining walls. Bases of whatever was here at one time, maybe more structures. There's another sign coming up. Precinct wall of the sanctuary of Dionysus. So this whole area was devoted to him. You know, Greeks like to party, so he was an important god. Some more stuff, but really nothing here that really make any sense of. Okay. So this is it, maybe? Okay, a little sign saying Street of Tripods. Okay, so this is like a main street into the site from this part of the city of Athens. Okay. There's plantings all around. Pine.